In today's video, I want to bring you guys' attention quickly to a game that's available right now, absolutely free. You can download that PlayStation 4 game right now and enjoy it. On top of that, we've got details of another low-key PlayStation 4 exclusive coming very soon, and it's one that I'm personally very excited for. And once you see this game in action, and once you hear more about this game, I think a lot of you guys are going to be won over as well. Telltale is finally adapting to the times and are altering their engine. If you guys don't know, Telltale games are great. Unfortunately, they are running on a very dated engine. Devil May Cry 5 will be getting gameplay very soon ahead of that game's release, which it's set to come spring 2019, although they did say it's set for a release before the end of March, so keep that in mind as well. And then at the end of this video, I'll be taking a look at a couple of pretty good PlayStation 4 game deals on the physical side. Again, more on that at the end of this video. First, Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit is officially released today. This is the prequel to Life is Strange 2. Obviously, that is going to be a paid game, but that will be coming in September of this year. You can check out Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit right now, and it really is just a short promotional game. Don't expect a very expansive experience, and an experience that'll really hold you over. It's free after all, and is really being used as more of a promotional tool for Life is Strange 2, but still something worthwhile to check out. To give you guys some details, the game is about 2 hours long, and it does not have any trophies. Yes, that is a big disappointment, but hey, it is what it is. Still a cool little promotional idea by Don't Nod Entertainment.
You're drinking beer?
I don't need a lecture from my son.
I always get picked last for the team at school, and they never throw the ball to me.
They can't tell stories like you can they?
No way. Start the launch. Too late! Emergency!
You're too weak to fight me.
Moving on from that, we've been talking all about PlayStation 4 exclusives recently. Whether it be Ghost of Tsushima, whether it be The Last of Us Part 2, whether it be Death Stranding, Marvel Spider-Man, the recently released God of War, there are so many PS4 exclusives to talk about. However, one that not a lot of gamers are talking about, and not surprisingly so, is Tetris Effect. Yes, a new Tetris game, and why should you be captivated by Tetris Effect? Well, you should, because it's being worked on by Tetsuya Mizugachi, and when you look at his body of work, you look at excellent games like Luminous, which by the way, a remastered version is releasing very soon, and he also did Rez, two of arguably the most stylistic games ever, and those games' presentations were on point. But honestly, then you look at Tetris Effect, and this game from a presentation standpoint looks incredible, and if you already watched the trailer, the music already sounds incredible, and then when you look at the particle effects and the fact that Mizugachi himself is working on this game, the potential for this game and the ceiling for it is really limitless. Now, I should also mention that while you can play this game entirely with the traditional PlayStation 4 controls, this is also a game that is going to have an added PSVR element, and while I haven't tried it out for myself, it was available for a lot of people to check out at E3, and from what I've heard, everybody has had rave reviews about Tetris Effect on PlayStation VR, so if you have PSVR, or you're not yet completely sold on it, it looks like Tetris Effect is going to be one of those potentially platform-selling games. Tetris Effect is releasing in fall 2018, so I want to get the word out about the game prior to its release, and it does look like a lot more information about the game will be revealed in the coming weeks. Probably also as we head into Gamescom, I'm sure we'll see more of this game. And the PlayStation blog does have a pretty in-depth article looking at the game, so give that a look as well. We'll leave that in the description box. But this is a game, chances are it's not going to be priced at a full $59.99. It's going to be released as a budget title, and it's coming fall 2018 with the wave of a lot of other games, but a lot of those other games are going to be, you know, your big budget open world experiences and colossal games like that. Tetris Effect really caters towards a completely different niche. It's a puzzle game with gorgeous presentation, and it's going to be one of those games that'll definitely lighten the mood of all of the other games that are releasing around the same time frame.
Researchers gave this phenomenon a name.
Moving on from that, you guys know that I love me some Telltale games from The Walking Dead, Wolf Among Us, Tales from the Borderlands, the Batman series. Telltale has put out some masterful stories, but if one thing that I think everybody can agree on is that their game engine leaves a lot to be desired. According to a new Variety report, it looks like Telltale would move away from its own Telltale tool in favor of the widely based Unity engine. As far as which games will be running on this engine, well, Telltale's upcoming The Wolf Among Us Season 2, that game has been delayed until 2019, originally scheduled for a 2018 release, and the upcoming and Untitled Stranger Things games, those are both said to be running on Unity. Telltale makes some fantastic games, albeit they haven't really innovated all too much, although in the same token, they don't really need to. They really did need to do something about their engine. Pretty clunky from a technical sense, even with the games not being visual monsters by any stretch of the imagination. These games still had some technical issues, so hopefully with the move to a Unity engine that is easier to develop for, things will come a lot more smoothly. But time will tell. I imagine that the first game we'll see running on this engine is The Wolf Among Us Season 2, as I don't see the Stranger Things game coming out before then. Moving on from that, I've been having a blast talking about Devil May Cry 5. I've been a big Devil May Cry fan going back to the original game that was released back in, what, 2001? And while I was one of the few that really did enjoy Ninja Theory's DMC Devil May Cry, I'd be lying to you if I didn't say I was excited for the return to Devil May Cry with Devil May Cry 5. Even with the newer look to it, this looks to be the Devil May Cry that we all know and love. The main character is Nero, Dante is of course going to be in the game, and it looks like Virgil will be as well. And with the game not all too far out, it is going to be having a huge gameplay unveil over at Gamescom 2018. The big event at Germany begins on August 21st this year, and it looks like there will be a full playable demo at the show. The trailer already looks super stylish. I'm very interested to hear some of the more music because that Devil Trigger song is great, and to actually see some of the gameplay in action will be great because you can always make a game look cool in a 2.5 to 3 minute trailer, but to actually see some live gameplay, a 10-minute demo, that would do the game real justice, and we should be seeing something like that as the release isn't all too far out. And finally, to round out this video, as I mentioned, I got some pretty good game deals for you guys. First up, Dark Souls Remastered is down to $29.99 at Amazon. Dark Souls Remastered to me falls in the similar category that Burnout Paradise did. I talked about Burnout Paradise Remastered, where that game was released at $39.99, and I just thought that was a little bit too expensive. Dark Souls, it seems like gamers have a fonder remembrance with this game, so we let the $39.99 price tag slide a little bit. But still, the game probably should have been $29.99 from the get-go, and now you have it at that price over at Amazon. The game itself is Dark Souls 1. I don't really need to sell you on it much. If you're a fan of Dark Souls, you'll enjoy it. However, I should say that as far as remasters go, this isn't of top quality. You're really just going into this for the fundamentals of Dark Souls 1. Don't be expecting a technical overhaul because you're really not getting it with this one. And lastly, Fallout 4 has also been discounted at Best Buy. If you want a Fallout experience prior to the release of Fallout 76, well, you can get Fallout 4 for $14.99, and then if you still have your GCU subscription, you can get it for $11.99. Now, unfortunately, this isn't Fallout 4, the Game of the Year edition with all of the DLC content, but the DLC content in Fallout 4 isn't even all that great, so just getting the base game is probably the best way to go. Usually, you're able to find the Game of the Year edition for around $29.99, so if you are adamant about getting all of the DLC content as well, that is around the price you should be paying for it. I should mention that with the Game of the Year edition on physical, you don't actually get all the DLC on disc. You just get a download code, and you just download all of the DLC. For me, that kind of changes things, so that's why for just $14.99, I would recommend you to give the base Fallout 4 game a look. Unfortunately, on PlayStation 4, just like any other Bethesda open world game, it does have some technical shortcomings, but overall, there's some joy to be had with Fallout 4, even if it's not my favorite Fallout. Again, there's fun to be had.
They're the real enemy. Not the Raiders. Not the super mutants. Not even those tools over in Diamond City.
Don't shoot! I swear I'm not a Sith. For God's sakes, we're family!
This is ridiculous. I want the truth, McDonough.
That is gonna wrap up this video. Let us know your thoughts. Check out that free copy of Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit. That is out today. Tetris Effect is a PlayStation 4 exclusive you must know about. And if you already have PSVR and you haven't been keeping up with this game, what is wrong with you? You need to get excited for Tetris Effect. This could be one of the sleeper hits of the year. Telltale is finally swapping engines. It looks like they are moving to a Unity engine. Devil May Cry 5 looks to have a huge gameplay reveal at Gamescom. And if you're interested, make sure to check out both those game deals. Dark Souls Remastered $29.99 and Fallout 4 $14.99 at Best Buy, $11.99 with GCU. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching and goodbye.